Hello, my darlings. Welcome to a new day. I hope you all are feeling very blessed today. Welcome in. I'm going to give you all a lesson in respect because I'm sure you all need it. Not really, but I did feel the need to put this out there. I'm going to shuffle while we talk. I was watching another reader that I like quite a bit last night. And she was struggling with people coming on in the comments. Now, you all know I don't have comments on this channel because I'm trying to protect the energy of the channel. And one negative comment comes in and can destroy, tons of energy work. It's really that powerful. So be kind out there. But there were a few people that were kind of hating on her, the fact that she chats at the beginning. She gives channeled messages is what she does at the beginning, but she takes too long to start drawing the cards. I don't think she takes any longer than I do. So I thought, you know what, I'll just explain it. I do this little preamble chat thing in the beginning because I'm letting the energy settle. I'm connecting with the energy of the people who are going to be watching this. I'm connecting with the energy of my guides. Don't get me wrong. It's like I do a lot of that beforehand. But once the camera actually turns on, the energy shifts and I need to get rebalanced in the energy. And that's important. And quite frankly, with a tarot reading situation, you should be wanting to build a relationship with the reader. That's why I have the laugh category of videos on here. The laughter is to get to know me in my real life, because you should know who's reading for you. You should know their energy. And this should be a relationship that we have. I'm not a mechanical monkey here just to throw cards out and tell you what everybody else on YouTube is telling you. That's not the intention of my channel. That's not who I am. So if that bothers anyone that I talk to you for about a good 5 minutes, before I actually start drawing cards, this is not your channel. And that's a good way to tell. So, moving on from that, that really bothered me for her last night. Moving on from that, though, it is a new day. This is the first reading I have done today. It's going to be a reading on love. Well, it's going to be a reading for love. I want to focus on the work that we need to do to get ready, because this time is coming. I had dreams last night of my own relationship coming together, and me needing to apologize because I wasn't ready. And that hit me really, really hard. So I think we've established that these relationships are moving forward. They're coming. And I think we've established, whether you should be letting go of somebody so you can move on to the right somebody, or, where you're at in all of this. So today's reading, I really wanted to focus on the work that we need to do. What is it that we're needing to do to be ready, so that we're not sitting there with that person walking away not recognizing us? Because that's what happened in this dream. I went to see him and he didn't recognize me. I mean, he did and he didn't, but he recognized me as just like, oh yeah, I've seen you around. Didn't want to talk to me. Our connection was missing. It bordered on nightmare territory. And I did a lot of meditation this morning and last night, quite frankly, and I think that's why my guide showed me this dream, because I'm trying to align this area of my life properly. They're all very happy with what I'm doing with the YouTube channel, but this area of my life, I fall in the category of I've been hurt so much and learned a lot and feel totally fine being a happy single woman. That's not my destiny. And my guides are really pushing me because this is the moment. And for me, I can feel it in my soul. This is the moment. If I don't get this, then this is it. I don't get another chance. I've been playing this dance for going on it's been more than 8 years. This is it for me. It may not be for you, but it is for me. So I take this very seriously, or at least I'm trying to. And what I want to help you all do is do the same thing. If anybody's stuck like I am, if you don't know where your work is, because we've been harping on that so much, that's what we're going to start drawing cards for. So bottom of the deck is the Hermit card. That's, close yourself off over the winter. Get your gifts in order. Get your alignment in order. Let's see what's underneath it. the Nine of Wands. I did this whole energetic clearing thing so that I don't filter my own personal stuff into this reading for you all. But it's also kind of hard not to do, because what I'm seeing here, the Hermit. It is time to do the work you need to do to be ready for union. Wall yourself off so that nobody can come in and steal this from you. Focus on the practical matters. Your spiritual gifts, your spiritual journey, because the King of Cups is coming to start something new with you. And it's something romantic. All right. I saw a little bit of the bottom of the next card, and my guides weren't saying draw that card, but I heard, as soon as I saw a tip of that card, I knew what it was. It was 5 of Wands, so one of my guides came in as clear as anything and said, and don't argue. And they meant with them. I may argue with my guides on rare occasion. It happens. We're going to do one more. We're going to do one more shuffle to get all these cards in there. And then we'll go. Hermit's still on the bottom of the deck. Now on top of the Sun. If we heed the warning, the Sun is coming. We have choices right now. Of course we do, because we can choose to do this or we can choose not to. But if we choose to do it, we've got all the love in the world coming towards us. A happily ever after. I can't feel the card. I can't feel which card it is. I think it's the one on the top. Okay, that's an odd... I don't know if that's the warning card or what. Hold on. Okay. So we've got two fours, which is an 8, which is an infinity symbol. Because we've got the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands is the miserly card. It's like, don't be a miser. Don't hold on to things too tight. But that doesn't seem to fit in what we have going here. So I'm going to do some clarification on that one. And we are clarifying today with, ta-da, our cat deck. Well, it's upside down. Our cat deck. And, oh, look at that. 10 of Cups. Happily ever after on the bottom of the deck. I hadn't looked at that yet. And the 9 of Cups is right under it. Yo! I get all squealy. And the thing is the sad thing, a little bit of a sad thing, I get all squealy for you guys. Because I want this for you all. I just don't know that I want it for me. But this is destiny, and I have to trust, and you have to trust. I get it. The heart is a fragile thing, and when it's been through the ringer enough times, especially after you've done your healing and your self-worth, and you've got everything else in your life kind of going, everything's clicking again, it's like, why mess it up by throwing yourself in this pool of, love? Love is a crazy thing, and I'm older now too, and I'm like, oh, love is for the young, which makes me sound even older than I am. I just want to encourage all of us to be true to our destiny, because I truly do believe that we did come here to this planet with destiny, with something very sacred to complete for the sake of the planet. It's bigger than we are. And if for no other reason than that, we need to follow it through. We've got the Page of Pentacles and the King of Cups on top of our choices. Page of Pentacles is a curious card. It's an active card because it's a pentacle. It's an earthy card. A lot of times, actually, this has to do with school. It has to do with going back to school, upper levels of school, college, university, that sort of thing. I keep feeling, okay, this is a little bit weird. My guides are honing me in on the word curiosity. It's like they're saying, yes, you have choices you can make, but aren't you curious what would happen if you ended up with the King of Cups being the Queen of Cups? If you became the Queen of Cups with the King of Cups. I said this last night on a video, which I thought was interesting because I'd never seen this before. This picture up here of these two dolphins. This one can't be seen yet. It's like, I don't know, did you see Back to the Future? where Marty McFly had the picture and he was just, his brother and sister were disappearing in the picture. It's almost like that. It's almost like, you know what, for those of us who are taking this for granted, who aren't taking this seriously, who are telling God, no, I don't really want that, this person may be disappearing. This was a little bit from the dream last night. Or he didn't see me. He didn't recognize me. He didn't know me because, his head's gone. We have to be careful because we have a lot of alchemy. We have a lot of power. I was in a deep meditation last night with one of my guys. It's not a guy that I usually work with, actually. And he came in very, very powerfully and very, very strong, very masculine, and was saying to me that I had pushed this aside so much that I'm going to need alchemy to bring it back. And by that, what he meant is I need to start indulging in this person again. I need to look at his photos. I need to remember the times that we spent together at the beginning. He said scent was very important. There is one particular oil. It's not quite a perfume. It's more like it's not quite an essential oil, but that I used to wear a lot. So that reminds me of the early times. So I have the bottle of it next to my bed. I'm inhaling it and I'm letting those emotions come back and I'm letting those memories come back because, you lock all those off, you put them all away and you think you're smarter and you're better than that. And you've risen above that. But my guide was flat out saying you've pushed this away so much that you need alchemy to bring it back. It doesn't mean I'm telling you to go, I'll get witchy and go out and burn candles at midnight in the full moon naked. Although you do you. I'm just saying alchemy is many things, but it's essentially at its core, it's layering things. It's putting layer on top of layer on top of layer on top of layer until you build up the energy that you're looking for. And for some of us, that is the case, and that is where we are. Let's see who comes up on the Queen of Cups. We have Six of Pentacles, card of balance. These relationships, when they come back in, they're going to be balanced. I've said this before. I will say this every time I pull the Five of Pentacles. This is the only deck that I like the Five of Pentacles in. These two people, and for me, this doesn't even have the Five of Pentacles energy on it. This has you and your person in that honeymoon phase, cloistered up together, your hermit mode together, learning each other, discovering each other. Coming back together. This love will bring balance to this. You've got the Four of Wands on top of the 10 of Pentacles. Four of Wands, that's your 11-11. See, 11, 11. Well, I've got it down here on the card. See, 11, 11. This is your forever happily ever after with this person. We've got the Nine of Wands again. But today, I'm telling you, this Nine of Wands is coming up as a protective energy. Protect this. You all, this is, again, I get that where we've all been, that we've been through the ringer. But this thing that's coming in new, whether it's with a person you already know or it's somebody entirely new, this thing coming in is sacred. It is different. It's going to be the thing that you kind of had in your head. That was the fantasy of it, only better, only real. Because the Ten of Pentacles came up here and not the Ten of Cups, even though I've got the Ten of Cups on the bottom. The Ten of Cups is your happily ever after, but it tips into a bit of a fantasy a lot of the time. Ten of Pentacles is grounded. It's happily ever after that's grounded. Let's see what we've got on top of our we got two Four of Wands. We have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is the card of the ship is coming in. In the Light Seer deck, it's the girl that's waiting with the surfboard to catch the right wave. Let me draw this last card, because this actually has just hit me in a really powerful way. Look at that. Last card, double Queen of Cups. I mean, yeah, Queen of Cups. This card, this particular card in this deck, I rechecked the Roman numerals because, you know, I'm not always real good on the Roman numerals. I was double checking. Now, that is the 3, because with this cat's back turned like this, I'm like, well, that's weird. That's a weird representation of the 3 of Wands. But then what I heard Spirit say to me was, this is both representative of me, of slash us, of those of us who have turned our back on this connection. Spirit's asking us to turn back around because this is finally coming. It's coming. Pay attention. This cat's missing it. This cat doesn't see all this fun. This cat does. This cat's waiting for something else to come that's never going to be as fun as this 3-ribbon wand. I know a lot of you watched the tarot readings because it is a weird, safe way to stay connected but not do anything. I get that you want to protect your heart. I get that this is hard to kind of gear up to go back into quote-unquote battle, to risk yourself again, to be vulnerable again. And yes, I'm talking to myself at the same time. But Spirit has promised us over and over and over again, you know your story. You know your truth in this story. You know, for me, this hasn't gone away. 8 freaking years, and we've gone years in between where we've never even seen each other, and it's still there. I cannot get rid of this man. I have tried, trust me. So, for those of you in that situation where this is your destiny, to be with this person, to have this happily ever after, to have this great love story, I'm giving you my hand. Let's jump in together, because I'm serious about the spring, and that's for all of us. The spring is going to bring amazing things. These people are coming in. These unions are coming together. It's not just in the spring. There's going to be wave after wave. But why not let it be spring for you? Why not let it be, you know, the best summer of your life? Summer 2022, best summer of my life. I mean, obviously you'd like 2023 to be even better, but you hear what I'm saying. Best summer so far. The cards are all here for it, but these cards are a little, you know, back and forward. It's like this, you know, I remember I told you the 4 of Pentacles is the miser. Don't be a miser with your heart. Don't be a miser with your feelings. Don't be a miser with this amazing gift, because I'm telling you, not everyone on the planet gets this kind of love. Most people don't. In fact, for the most part, this kind of love is dead. I believe that these sacred soulmate, these partnerships, are meant to rebirth this energy on this planet. If you want me to get totally weird, you know, out there with you, that's what I believe. And by rebirthing this kind of love back onto this planet, it will seed this, you know, energetic love overflowing, which starts to heal the planet and the people on it. I do think these relationships are a really big deal. I don't think this is just about, oh, yay, happily ever after, and they rode off to their castle together. These relationships are destined, because we agreed to it before we got here, to be the energy that helped truly change this planet. To be the start of the true change. Because we've tried everything else. Look at humanity. The spiritual community, and especially, just tried, you know, putting this love out into this world. You know, we try and we try and we try. And sure, we can improve our communities and our families. But we have to change an entire planet. And that takes a soul bond between 2 people. And quite frankly, that takes, you know, sacred sex. The energy off of that. And the energy off of this kind of love situation. We need to be brave enough to go into this. I'm going to clear these cards away, and we're going to read one more thing here. sorry, I'm going to shake the camera because I got my drawer on this sticks. Actually, I'm not shaking the camera, I'm shaking the table. I want to draw an energy card. Actually, I don't even need to take that out of the deck. I can just do this. Oh, God, you're so cute. Yes, I did just call the creator of the universe cute. The card I just drew, you know, a 3 and 4, that's 7. That's a Jesus number. It's the door to personal healing and happiness. It's Spirit saying, walk through this door. Walk through this door to your great love. It's there. They're waiting for you. They're going to be ready very soon. They're going to be ready very soon. Will you be ready? That's certainly the question I'm asking myself today. I can tell Spirit wants me to do one more quick draw, but I'm not clear on what exactly it is. Give me just one sec. Let me give these cards a shuffle. How? Let's see if we can get the answer to how. How do we move forward from this spot? I heard in my head again, alchemy. You lay down layers. You choose. You decide. All right, so if that's not what you're going to answer with the cards, okay. 7 of Wands. You stand your ground. You've got to believe in this. This is going to be this isn't going to be a reading. I'm going to read off the bottom of the deck, which is what I do because I'm weird. You have to decide for yourself, is this person the person? And if not, are you the person? Do you know that you're destined for true, great love, to bring this kind of love back to this planet? Because if you know that about yourself, then you have a divine counterpart. It may not be anybody you've met so far, and you may have to let go of who you think it is so that the real person can come in. But you know you. Are you here to bring back true love to this planet? And if you're crying right now, then the answer is yes. You are, and you know it. You've always known it. You need to stand your ground in that. You need to stand your ground in your truth. The Knight of Swords is underneath this. The Knight of Swords are about truth. Swords are about fast. You know, they're not the fastest, but it's swift, sure movement. It's bold. It knows what it's doing and it's moving forward. It is charging to the finish line. It is charging to victory. The 4 of Cups underneath that, that's the one we always have to watch out for. That with the 4 of Cups, that we get charged up at the beginning of our journey and off we go, and then something pulls us back and we look at what we have and we think, well, this is nice enough. I don't really need everything. Come on, who gets everything? Well, you know, there's the King of Pentacles. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Maybe you get everything. Don't give up here before your king comes in. No gender implied, but look at this in this deck too. Look at this is a huge tortoise that has the earth rising up out of its shell. This person coming in, don't underestimate them. And this is why it has to be the right person. And this is why you have to let go of people that aren't the right people. You have to be open. If you have any hesitation about the person you think it is, be open, truly open and honest and truthful with God, and let them show you if this is your person or if it's somebody else. I guarantee you there's somebody else if it's not. And it's when it's the right person. That's the only way it works, is when it's the right person. But your divine counterpart is just as magical as you are. Your divine counterpart holds earth magic within them. When they they're probably asleep. They probably don't even know right now, because I really have felt for a long time the divine feminine is here to trigger and wake the divine masculine counterpart. So once you do that, and the only way you can do that is by being completely aligned in your God stuff, in what you've been told to do. When you've done that, just being in their presence will flip a switch for them. Now, then they might go on their own journey where they fight it and all of that, but it will wake them up. It will trigger them to wakefulness. I've got a King of Cups on the table now. Don't be afraid of the King of Cups. It's what oh my gosh, I just heard that so loud. You got the Eight of Swords. Don't hide from this. Don't hide from this. It's okay. This King of Cups, the most love. This person loves you already. It just has to come to the surface. This person loves you. I've got the Chariot on top of the Four of Cups. What I'm hearing, this is a very channeled message. This is not tarot that I'm doing right now. This is entirely channeled. The Chariot on top of the Four of Cups, God is saying the warning here is this energy is moving fast and you will miss it if you don't focus on it. If you are looking at these three cups down here and not on that one there with the freaking bird in it that's alive, look at this. This is all statuary that's with these three. Look, these are three bird cups. They're all, it's nice china. It's lovely. I mean, it's beautiful. I wouldn't mind having that set at all. Meanwhile, there is a real bird in a cup. Oh my God, there's a real bird in a cup right behind his shoulder, right behind him. Turn around. And I'm saying that to you all too, especially those of you who have to let go of the person that you think it is. Turn around. This is fossilized. This isn't real anymore. Even if it was at one time, it's turned into ceramics. There is a real bird in a cup. It is right behind you. That almost sounded like a horror film, but it's a good right behind you. And this energy's fast. It's going to come and it's going to go. Because those of us that are in this first wave of stuff, we've been preparing forever. And God isn't playing games. It's going to come and it's going to go. You're either going to be ready or you're not. And if you're not, you end up back at the Three of Swords. I just got brokenhearted and lonely. Came to my head. I don't like to do that in the readings. I don't like to be negative and send out scare tactics or anything like that. It is your choice. It is your life. But this is, you need to open up and see what's real, because this energy is moving fast. And if you can't do that, you get stuck with your three ceramic birds. That makes me want to cry. There's so much sadness and regret on that card. You've got the Two of Swords on the Knight of Swords with the Seven of Cups. The choices are yours to make. There's not a lot of Arcana cards in here. In fact, what is there? Just this one, right? Just the Chariot. It's just God saying it's moving fast, but all of these choices are on you. It's your choices to make. This Two of Swords, we talked about this in a video yesterday, I think it was. This particular Two of Swords, this woman is straight with herself. She can stand there and face the fire with her swords, and she has no fear. She is solid. A lot of the times the Two of Swords, it's about decisions. It's about, pushing a rock in a hard place sort of thing. Not this Two of Swords. To me, this Two of Swords, she's a badass. She knows her stuff. She mastered the Seven of Wands over here, stood her ground, and that's her. The flames are coming at her. She doesn't care. She's calm. She's resilient. She knows what's what. This is who you need to be. This is the person that's on this horse, Let's see what I draw here on the Seven of Wands. Death. Ugh, and the Ten of Wands. I actually really like I heard my guides say, look at the card before you, like I had the deck halved, and they said, look at the card before you close it. Judgment. And oh, underneath that, look at that. Another 9 of Wands. And underneath that, the World. Y'all, this moment is coming. This moment is coming. We have choices to make. And the main choice is, do we want to sit inside our house comfortably with our 3 ceramic birds, or do we want to go into the world and get a real bird and be in the real world? That's, you know, we have choices. The choices are ours. God's just telling us it's coming fast and we need to make the choice. These last few I called, I mean, judgment. You need to, if you're going to be really strong and go into this, if you're going to do this, and I know not everybody will, I'm going to do this. If you're going to do this with me, if we're going to go into this together like this, we need to protect it. The World is the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle in this particular deck. In fact, I'm going to read who these people are on this deck. I mean, that's a Lover's card. Hang on, I got to find the book. And then I will let you go very soon because I realize this is getting lengthy and I'm probably doing a lot of rambling. This is the only reading I'm doing today because I've got some meditation and some stuff that I promised my guides that I would, for my own journey, that I would get aligned. So I'm going to be working on that today myself. Tomorrow, though, I've got some fun stuff planned. We're coming up to New Year's. I'm excited about that. The new year, new start. We get to choose how this is going to go. You know, we get to choose. All right, so the World in this book, this is the Divine Tarot, and all of these cards, if you've missed it in the past, they're all linked to folklore, fairy tales, mythology, that sort of a thing. So on the World card in this deck, and forgive my pronunciation because I'm terrible at pronouncing things, Hinimoa and Tutankhakai? It's a Maori legend from New Zealand. I think Moana. It says the world is the... Sorry. The world is the happily ever after ending following a difficult journey. Hinimoa and Tutankhakai represent the victorious conclusion, a positive outcome most desired. However, a conclusion also heralds the start of a new journey. I'm sorry, I gotta pull this together. I just swear I should have called this freaking channel the Crying Tarot. In your heart, if you want happily ever after, if you've dreamed of that your whole life, it's okay. I know that the world's message right now is that fairy tales aren't real and that you don't need a man and, you know, be your own savior, all of that stuff. And there's validity in that. It doesn't invalid. It doesn't invalidate this. It doesn't invalidate your happily ever after with a divine counterpart. It doesn't invalidate that. And you're not too old. You're not too young. You haven't missed the boat yet. All of these cards are saying that. However, I do see a warning in here that you could miss the boat on this if you don't get it together. If you're watching this video, and it's a timeless video, so yes, I'm recording this right before New Year's as the spring, as this first wave is coming in, but there's going to be wave upon wave upon wave. If you're not in this first wave, then you're probably not seeing this video as I'm recording it. You're seeing it down the road somewhere. So I'm telling you that your time is coming, and it's coming fast. Be ready for it. Choose to risk your heart, y'all. Let's do this together. Let's open up one last time and risk everything for this, because this is not a happy ending. This is. The new cycle that begins is happiness, it's love, it's passion, it's travel. It's making love under the stars in Tahiti. while standing on pears, apparently. Pears are, you know, a beautiful symbol. Positivity, love, God. It's a divine symbol. I'm going to let you go because I have been talking and rambling long enough. I hope this reading made some sense to you. I know that it's a little bit mixed up with my own stuff and the dreams that I had last night, but that's why I'm here, because I'm here to collect in the people that are on a similar path to me with love, the other sacred soulmates out there that are coming together to heal this planet. So I hope that this made sense. If it didn't make sense to you, then it's not for you. Don't worry about it. And I'll keep doing love readings that are, you know, all over the board. But this is, you know, very specific to this particular journey. So I'm sending you love and blessings and courage. Let's take the next step. Let's figure out what the alchemy is. What is the alchemy for you to open this door again? Because I think it's a door that's closed. I know for me, it's a pretty closed door that I closed. So what's the alchemy to reopen it? Ask yourself that. Spend some time on that in meditation today. If you choose, if your choice is to move forward and go for the live bird. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for making this channel great as we move forward. And I will see you on the next video.